Greetings, gentle viewer!
And howdy!
A new chapter has begun. We have many new things to learn. We have to see what's new in the school and settle into our brand new routine. And, Major, what are you doing?
Your hair smells nice. What shampoo do you use? Do you want to play Vantage Masters?
Sir? Is there a problem?
What, I can't have jokes too? Is it because I'm serious? Is there a problem with being serious all the time? I too have things in my heart that I want to express. Besides, you interrupted my pathing. Get out of my way, Schwarzer. Do you have a problem with me, Instructor Schwarzer?
Haven't we just been through this, sir? No, that's not it. I just don't trust you.
You don't have to sugarcoat it.
I kind of thought I didn't, but...
If there's something you want to ask me, I'll do my best to answer as truthfully as I can.
I actually really appreciate this. Like I said, give me an excuse to believe in you, Major. But if you don't, I can't. But I appreciate this gesture.
You deserve some answers, I suppose.
Well, since you brought it up, after the people imprisoned in the birdcage were released, what happened to them?
Well, it seems like they're more mindful of their actions. They've been quiet. But with the recent events, the government is looking into their treatment of the former Special Support Section.
Well, it just depends on what everybody is doing, and what the hell size truck is that just passed outside? Like a convoy or something.
Depending on their future actions, the government might take a harder stance.
Oh, that'll make things better.
Sorry, I've said too much.
I understand the situation now. Thank you for sharing this information with me.
You don't need to thank me.
So, this Black Records 4 here, pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah? Why don't we touch upon the points?
As the aging 70-year-old Emperor Dreikels nears the end of his life, as he thinks about Thor's, his friend Roland Vander, and discussing how he, at the end of the war, he had lost the friends from Nord, no mention of Sandlot, and, he parted with the witch. That's pretty interesting. Makes sense. He had a divine knight after all, so he would have had to have had someone like that, right? Anyway, cool. Talks about this stuff. Those long years weren't for nothing then. As long as I can endure that thing, until Adios comes for me, that is. There waited the nameless darkness.
Loa Erebonius, perhaps?
Perhaps, maybe. But who knows what this pathetically begging, intimidatingly threatening,
subtly tempting
thing is. I suppose I should be happy my children and their descendants won't suffer this same curse, which is Trail's book speak for my children and their descendants will suffer this same curse. If he were not a man with a heart of a lion, he surely would have been broken by this daily torment. And then he has a second visitor.
Oh, a woman with hair like flowing gold standing at his side.
Sandlot.
Of course.
Who had already died some time ago. Who is, Aryan Rock. I'm just saying. I don't feel as though our thoughts about Dreikels...
Osborne and Dreikels are that far off?
Seems not. We just had a resurrection, and here's a man on his deathbed. Who knows, but this is some information. Some information indeed. I am quite glad to see Lindy here, because I was wondering how these were going to get filled out if she wasn't present.
That is a good question to ask.
Hey Lindy, how's work going?
Oh, hello there, Reen. I just finished up the inventory check. Now, on top of that, I need to make sure we have extra supplies for our field exercises.
It really is a relief to have such a professional like you taking care of us. I really can't thank you enough for coming here to help us out.
Oh no, that really is too much. I'm still just in training.
But you've been given some serious responsibility. However, considering the experience she has, she is pretty perfect for the post.
Yeah. Not to mention, I decided to come here for my sake too.
How do you mean?
Well, it's not a big deal or anything. It was the Civil War that made me decide to become a doctor.
Right.
So many people were hurt or in danger, and I felt so powerless. I wanted to be strong enough to save someone. Anyone. That's what I started to wish.
So that's why you suddenly transferred to a medical college? It was so out of the blue, I never even had a chance to ask you about it.
Sorry to worry you, but I really am still just in training at St. Ursula.
I was gonna say, there's no way she's done.
So I want to get as much experience as I can. I want to be stronger, alongside everyone else here, if possible.
Me too. Please keep on supporting us, Lindy. I'm glad you're here.
Of course, thank you.
You are so much more reliable than your sister. Oh, Randy, you're still here. Yeah, I thought I'd finish prepping some things for military science. Oh yeah, didn't you want to ask me something, Reed? About the direction Crossbell's heading in, especially after those field exercises. Well, yes I did, but I don't want to get you into any trouble or anything. It's maybe slightly seditious to talk about this stuff.
The Major's pacing right outside the hallway.
What do you think he's out there pacing for? So considerate. But don't worry, I don't have that much info. I hear the SSS has started operations again, at least.
That's good.
Not that it super matters, since it's still under the Governor General's thumb. But they're not fugitives. My impression was that they were fugitives because they were acting against Erebonia. From the ending of Azure, it sure looks like either they're directly acting against Erebonia, or at the very least that Erebonia is just trying to arrest them because of their stature.
Right.
So I was kind of unsure as to why things had played out the way they did. Figured we'd get details. We kind of never did, but...
Well, I mean, Reed's the main character of this game, not Lloyd.
That's true, and it's fine, I'm not complaining. But I guess it's just as messy over there as it is everywhere else.
Yeah.
Well, that they're under his thumb should be more than clear enough, considering what happened the other day. Sorry, I don't know what to say. It's not something you need to feel sorry about. Those guys are ready for the long haul from the start. They're gonna persevere and push on like they always have. If anything, I think Calvard's the bigger issue here.
Yeah.
I heard they've officially equipped Tangram Gate with railway cannons right by the border with Calvard. Just saying, bring it on. Also, if you don't, we're going to bring it to you.
Yeah.
Just like how Crossbell had the railway cannons pointing at it, now Altair City, right on the other side of the border, has the railway cannons pointing at it. They're asking to provoke a war, which is what Osborne wants, because he can't annex them without it. Yeah, seems like they've got some large-scale construction underway for that. But yeah, with all that in mind, we gotta brace ourselves for when we inevitably rise up and what am I saying? Did you hear that, Major? It's just the two of us here and Michael. Take it easy. Yeah, thanks.
Ooh, angry birds.
Thank goodness Michael was distracted. Hey there, Principal. Any cryptic comments about a new transfer student to my class? This rain is nice.
Puts me in a mood to duel you again, Schwarzer.
No, please. I know you're familiar with Eastern culture. Do you write haiku? No! Poetry! Poetry! Ah! Damon, no get along with poetry.
I'm not really a big fan of it either.
I've never been able to appreciate it. I don't like it. If you do, that's awesome. You go forth and enjoy it to the maximum level that you can. I figure my excuse is I like everything else that's artistic, just not poetry. My master did, but I'm completely clueless when it comes to those. Besides, don't haiku really only work in Japanese? This game's been localized into English. On top of all your other artistic pursuits, do you write poetry too?
Oh no, I hate it.
What can I say? Perhaps I take after my predecessor. In any event, I saw the images. He is indeed very similar.
Oh!
Not only that machine of his, but his voice and even the way he carries himself.
That's because it's Crow.
I'm trying to avoid thinking about that. Did you know him too? Well, from the Noble Alliance, she probably would have.
Yeah.
The Azure Chevalier was the young hero of the Noble Alliance. I only spoke with him a handful of times, but I remember thinking how young he looked, especially standing next to Cayenne.
Cayenne didn't look that old.
After the war, when I heard of his death, I remember thinking what a waste it was, losing such a young man with a bright future. But that's the extent of my relationship with him, so let's leave it at that. I'll leave it to you and Herschel how we interpret this masked man, including determining whether he is a friend or foe to us here at the branch campus. Who knows? Who knows? Understood. I'll see to it. Alongside Instructor Herschel and all my other friends. I shall look forward to it.
We have to actually have a dialogue with him to determine that.
It would be very easy to just talk. Oh, that's...
Run away, quick. I'm going to miss having you in our class. We have so few people as it is, though I guess Yuna's class is even smaller. Oh, Sandy, I will miss you too, but things won't be so different. We shall still be in the same dorm, and we will still be friends.
Be sure to take care of Yuna. I think the two of you will get along very well. After all, you compliment each other so nicely. She's dumb and you're smart. She's overbearing and hot-headed. You're cool and always in charge.
Huh? Oh, I agree. You never make mistakes, you say, but Yuna can be very careless. But I feel like the two of you working together can overcome any obstacle. I see. Now that you mention it, I can see what you mean. I had already planned to ask Yuna and Altina for help, as I'm not terribly experienced at combat. Though I certainly wouldn't mind some private lessons from Instructor Reen. You really do like Instructor Reen, don't you? Well, I guess he does seem pretty cool.
And kind, too. He helped Yuna when she was feeling down. Oh, my club's starting soon. I'll see you later.
In that case, I'll head to the kitchen. I've got this new recipe I want to try out. Have a wonderful time, you two. I can sense you hiding, Instructor Reed.
Chatting with some of your friends in military finance?
Indeed. It makes me sad to think I'll be saying goodbye to them after only 2 months.
We're only one room away.
There truly are so many kind people here at the branch campus.
Yeah, some people just say we're playing second fiddle to the main campus, but when the chips are down, I think we have the potential to be greater than any other military academy out there.
Oh, that's so cheesy.
In terms of what they actually can bring to bear, like, give me a break. Even Thor's main campus.
I agree wholeheartedly. That aside, though, was there something I could help you with?
No!
A student and her instructor alone in a quiet classroom. Truly an ideal setting.
I'll just be seeing myself out.
I'll be seeing you out, too.
Well, there are still some students on the second floor, so it's not that quiet. Anyway, I just came here to give you this. Yeesh.
Oh, I see. How disappointing. It makes me a bit sad to think I'll have to change for my military finance handbook. But I suppose there is no other choice given the different curriculums.
If you want to, you can swap in the pages from your old notebook. Don't ask me how that works, but okay. If there's anything from your old notebook you'd like to keep, give it a try.
Oh, I see. This notebook is rather state-of-the-art, apparently, isn't it?
What is this, paper that reattaches itself?
Thank you very much, Instructor. Well then, I shall be off to see to my club activities now. And I eagerly await being in your class.
I'm so glad. It'll be good to have you.
It will.
And we still know basically nothing about her.
Well, we should find out plenty in the next field exercise. I suppose you'll be moving over to Special Operations soon. Do try not to instigate any conflicts while you're there.
Of course that's what'll happen.
I don't plan on starting anything. But if anyone wants a piece of me, I'll kick their ass. Didn't that attitude get you in trouble in Heimdall? I mean, I heard you beat those guys up pretty bad, but still, you gotta be careful. I just needed to make sure those assholes learned their lesson. I knew they'd try some low-life crap to get back at us, like attacking the girls. I suppose that's one way to think of it.
I like the sitting around discussing delinquency.
You gotta tell us these things, man. Otherwise, people are gonna misunderstand you. Well, Kurt was the only guy in Special Operations till now, so maybe this is a good thing. It kind of pisses me off seeing two good-looking guys in the same class, though. On top of that, Instructor Reen is there.
I can understand your frustration.
You guys don't look that bad.
Do guys really sit around discussing their looks?
No, not really.
I don't think I ever have.
It's just your other qualities that are the problem. Grr, you. Like a knife to my heart, dude. Instructor Ash, please teach us how to be popular with the girls.
He only knows how to do the bad boy thing anyway.
Okay, you two weirdos.
Saying goodbye to your friends from Combat Tactics? Longest walk across the classroom ever.
Nah, nothing like that. What, are you patrolling the campus? Must be hard being a teacher.
Well, it's just part of the job, and it's pretty enjoyable, actually. Besides, sometimes people give me things like books.
What?
Seeing you talk with your friends, I think you'd actually be pretty good at it.
So what are you really here for? You come here to bring me something?
You're pretty sharp.
Oh, a notebook? New curriculum pages, different activity guidelines, additions to the emergency manual. Guess you really put your time into making this.
You scanned through that so quickly. Yeah, you can still hang on to your old one if you want. Just remember that everyone in Special Operations uses this emergency manual.
Yeah, fine, got it. I'm gonna get going now. Also, I've got my eyes on you. Before long, I'll find out if you're the real deal or just some phony.
I'll keep that in mind. Someone we know even less about.
Ha! Nice touch!
Bizarrely complicated water texture.
When the rain comes forth, so too do they.
They?
Yes, that's right! The wondrous snail. Snail pie. Would you like to look for them with me, instructor?
No.
If you bring them to me, I'll roast them up for you.
I'll pass for today, actually. You go enjoy those snails. They'll taste great, I'm sure.
You never know what wild snails might eat. It makes all the difference when it comes to prep time. But you can leave all that to me. I'll handle all the cooking.
You're gonna look for your organic, non-GMO, grass-fed snails? Okay. Freddy's as strange as ever. He told me not to eat the hydrangeas since their leaves are poisonous.
They do taste great in a snail pie, though.
But they're poisonous and you told me not to eat them.
It's fine to eat poison occasionally. It gets rid of parasites that have been building up in your intestines.
Ew! Ta-da! It's the student store! Oh, Reen, you can! The Becky shop is now open at the branch campus. Not bad, right? I never thought you'd take over the student store. Weren't you plotting something with Moores back in Crossbell? Are you sure this is okay? I was certain you'd open a shop in a bigger city. Well, I'd be lying if I said I planned this from the start. But in Crossbell, I saw that I cannot compete with those huge merchant conglomerates. Are you talking about Kleist and Company in the capital? I managed to keep the smaller stores from getting bought up, but Kleist & Co. just keeps getting bigger. They're busy competing with their rivals now, but they're gonna target the smaller stores eventually. Independents like me will not be able to compete once that happens, so I decided to dare something about it. I'm gonna create a network of all the small shops in the Empire. Oh, okay. You're gonna team up with other small shops to compete against the big shops. But what does that have to do with you being here now? Well, that's totally a plan that you'd come up with, Becky. Well, I was inspired by the network Hugo created during the Civil War. but he dissolved it after the war because he said it wasn't efficient. I helped him make it, so I was raging. Looks like he's destined to be your rival after all.
And possibly your husband.
The battle's just kicking off. Next up, I'm gonna use bombs! This shop is the first step towards war! Watch your back, Hugo!
Well, if you're looking for bombs, may I introduce you to a energetic young girl in 9 volley?
Oh, no, don't get corrupted over there! Becky and Hugo went at it as students, but I never thought it'd escalate like this. Well, I guess I'll just see what happens. It's gonna be entertaining either way.
What do you want, Schwarzer?
Well, it feels like I haven't talked to you in a long time.
I know I was enjoying it.
It's rare to see you here, Professor Schmidt.
Is that all you're going to do, Schwarzer? Express amazement that I am places other than where the robots are?
Apparently.
It shouldn't be that surprising. I eat most of my meals here. Canned and instant coffees are fine, but a properly brewed coffee is always nice for a change. I had a good time for a break, so I came here to relax.
You can relax? Were you researching that ion? The shadowy blue machine we saw.
What else? That flying ion's flight capabilities are inconceivable!
They certainly are.
And its omnidirectional lasers. With today's technology, none of this seems possible. It must be...
Gonna talk about Novartis? You surely know him. There's no way you don't. Professor?
Never mind. That shadowy blue machine. We can't deny its similarities. It might be the same type, or was simply made to be similar.
That's... Well, he is talking about Ordine at this point.
Yeah.
We don't actually know if it's Ordine or not.
Don't look so serious, you might strain something. I did use the Azure Knight as a reference when making the Panzer Soldat, but that is the extent of my involvement. As long as I have the Ashen Knight near me, I'm not interested.
Understood. I knew he was like this. There's definitely something that he knows that he's not talking about. By the way, how was the Panzer Soldat boost carrier RF delivered? I heard it I haven't been to the hangar, so I don't even know what we're talking about yet. I heard it utilizes Liberlian technology from ZCF.
The base techniques used to make it were the Russell girls doing.
Oh, unless he was talking about the booster that got
yeah, I think that's what they're talking about. It wasn't too bad, all things considered.
It's rare to hear you compliment someone so easily.
I'm merely giving an accurate assessment. Don't get used to it. Though I will say this. Had I made it, it would have had better speed, running time, and range, and launched missiles.
Oh, it was sufficient the way it was.
That would be a good task for her, or that niece of Makarov's. Perhaps I'll have them do just that. Add the missiles.
I see. Seems like he really is thinking of them deep down, giving them an excuse to spread their own wings.
More like to stay out of my hair.
Uh-huh. The transmission that got sent to the Derflinger. I knew it.
Who are you?
Stark?
Yeah, that's who he is.
Oh, Instructor Reen. Oh, it's nothing. Don't worry about that. I certainly have not periodically been acting suspicious or anything like that, okay? Anyway, Leonora's is lightning fast as usual. Altina and Wayne are getting better too, slowly but surely. Looks like I've got to keep up the pace. Can't go falling behind in this swimming. Let's talk about swimming some more.
Deflect, 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 deflect.
Uh-huh. That transmission? He must be talking about that masked man we saw. Stark is from Jirai, so I guess it's not impossible that he might know something, but I shouldn't push my luck. He doesn't seem to really want to talk about himself. I've got my eye on you, dude. So, we have 2 new members in Class 7. On one hand, more personnel will make managing the group more difficult, but on the other hand, I'll be glad for the additional manpower. I like how she's nervous about new people.
Yeah.
Ash is one thing, but Muse sometimes seems to know more than she lets on.
Sometimes?
She can be kind of mysterious at times.
Well, anyway, something has been bothering me since our last field exercises. Yeah, what's that? Do you remember that floating sphere that appeared atop Stargazer's tower?
I would very much like to talk about this. Yes. Like, what the heck? She recognized the voice coming from it as the head of the Black Workshop,
And Elisa seemed to recognize the voice.
which can only mean that it's her father,
Right.
based on her reaction and what was already set up by Sharon earlier in the chapter that hadn't gotten any payoff yet.
Right.
But also, that floating sphere was issuing orders to Azure Siegfried. Now, we were shocked that Siegfried was not working with Vita.
Right.
Okay, so be it, but does that mean that the Black Workshop, which is owned by Osborne, or works with Osborne, is issuing orders to Crow? So Crow works for Osborne?
I don't think that would be possible unless they did some sort of memory manipulation shenanigans.
Maybe. I mean, Rutger didn't lose any memories, but Rutger also doesn't despise Osborne.
Yeah, he doesn't have some deep-seated grudge against him.
But I guess it's possible then that Zephyr was working for Osborne like we originally thought. But who knows?
There were more players at work than we suspected.
Do the gnomes work for Osborne? Then again, if Osborne is Emperor Dreikel's,
That does make a degree of sense, doesn't it?
it would mean that he has some kind of old connection to all the mystical groups that Black Records talked about him parting with the witch.
Yeah, yeah.
Which only makes sense. They know about Divine Knights.
Yeah.
But even still,
I wonder what exactly it was.
well, that masked man claimed to be part of the gnomes? They were the group that created the Divine Knights and the Spirit Shrines alongside the Hexen clan.
Oh, actually, this reminds me.
Yeah?
When Reen talked to Rufus about his heritage or lineage or whatever word he used, he flashed back to this specific scene where Reen was talking to Milliam and Altina about them being homunculi, and we were like, oh yeah? There's a lot of similarities between their backstory and Reen's backstory. And we
Oh, that's
suspected
right.
He might have been a homunculus himself.
That's right. At least there seems to be some connection
And I
based
just-
on this stuff way back here.
I didn't say anything at the time because I was paying attention and sort of caught up in it, and it slipped my mind, but this just reminded me.
Yeah, and I had forgotten about that. I'm glad you brought that back up.
Instructor Reen, is something wrong? Are you perhaps concerned about something related to a conversation we had long ago?
No, it's nothing. Despite all the dialogue and talking in this game, none of us ever talk about anything important to each other until a really important scene. Anyway, we won't get anywhere thinking about it now. You should use this chance to focus on your club activities, Altina.
Yes, that's true.
Glad to be reminded of this, however.
And now to find out what all the hubbub is about at the hangar.
New soldats, new equipment, life is good.
Now that's what I call a paint job. Okay, with that out of the way, I've got a few adjustments to make to those orbital systems.
Hey there, Mint. Looks like you're having a good time.
Perfect timing, Reen. What do you think? Isn't he cute?
Yeah, but I'm really trying to hold back instead of just gush on and on about the robots.
The Spiegel's a real can of worms compared to the Draken. So many cool features to master.
Really? We got a Spiegel? I just thought there was an extra Draken, but okay, I guess I'll look at it.
The only thing I don't like about it is that I haven't come up with a good nickname.
I don't think that matters.
We've got Val and Draki and Hex, so maybe Speebers?
No. I love you, Mint, but no. Pretty sure the professor's gonna shoot that one down.
Oh, he shoots them all down.
Well, he's right to do so. Still, we're expected to put this guy to work in our Panzer Soldat training in just 2 days. Good luck fixing him up, Mint.
Roger that. I won't let you down.
I mean, isn't that Kurt's colors?
I think so.
Yeah, the difference is really just the head and the antenna.
And the shoulders.
Yeah, and the shoulders are different. It's got something else at the joint. So I guess it's not that there's an extra Draken, it's that the Draken that was in Kurt's colors was painted back to a regular Draken and Kurt gets the Spiegel. I mean, that's Kurt's colors, right?
I think so, yeah.
This matters to me, all right?
Priorities.
I see that the foot is coming together. I'm assuming this is Orbital gear.
I gotta make sure we have sufficient range of motion. Oh, Instructor Reen, good evening.
Sorry to bother you, but I've been wondering, is this some sort of machine part stuff?
Oh, right. I've been experimenting with this since I was at ZCF. I'm still researching it, so I want to keep it secret.
Yeah, it's orbital gear.
Once I'm done, I'll be sure to show it off to you.
I see. In that case, I look forward to it.
Thank you.
Still wish you'd build a cockpit in these dang things, though. Aw.
That's cute.
Well, they should be friends.
Yeah.
It only makes sense.
Oh, I see. Not even you understand what happened back in Northumbria.
We Divine Knights are merely vessels for our Awakeners. Isn't it interesting that I use that exact same term, vessels?
I know, I was about to bring that up myself, but obviously, perhaps this vessel can awaken to this power or something.
The moment Reen's power flooded out from him, I lost all control. I have no memory of what happened during that time.
Huh, you lost your memory too, huh?
I see. I thought we might get some valuable information, but...
Hey, there you are, Celine.
Oh, it's you. Are your classes over?
Homeroom's over, so now I'm just patrolling the school, wrapping it up, frankly. Speaking of that incident during the Northern War...
Yeah, I'd already heard about it, but I thought Valimar might have some more insight.
I've been here for half a month now. I'd like to finish up here and go back to doing something worthwhile. I see. You've done a lot for us. Thank you too, Valimar, for all the support.
Well, that is my job. Were you able to control your power, it would assist you in piloting me as well. Good luck controlling it, for your own sake as well.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, your relationship has gotten really strong in just a year, all buddy-buddy. Kind of reminds me of Emma and me.
Hence why they should be friends.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it...
It is indeed reminiscent of a witch and her familiar. Huh.
If that's the case, can you try to retrieve your memory? You only remember small things about Emperor Drycles too, right?
Unfortunately, yes. I should have memories dating back to when I was created. Not being able to remember may be an issue.
And we were just talking about how Azure Siegfried may or may not have memories. There's no guarantee that he doesn't. I assume that he does, but he might not.
It's like, why would he willingly work for an organization working for Osborne if he had his memories? You know?
We don't know that that's what he's working for.
Right.
I'm just saying that might explain why he didn't say anything and that weird exchange he had with Vita. If he doesn't have his memories, then that would, show why he doesn't know.
Or maybe that was simply the way I was made.
Well, if you do remember anything, let me know. Now that I asked what I needed to, I'm going outside to nap. Oh, wait, it's raining.
Quite a bit, actually, but it looks like it'll stop around evening.
There's a sitting area upstairs. Why don't you nap there? Yeah, I think I'll do just that. See ya.
Very good at being a cat.
She can be dry at times, but she really does care for others.
And she'll stay plenty dry, cooped up in here. This training that Celine is helping with, I need to get results soon. What? You still want to talk about something? Don't you dare try to pet me. Not really. I was just thinking about how you're always saving me, even though you're always complaining. Thank you, Celine, for everything. Well, don't get used to it. I'm just fulfilling my mission. It's not like I like you or anything. If you really want to thank me, just buy me some milk. You bet. I'll get you the best milk I can find tonight.
Alright, we out this piece.
Just like the forecast said. It was time to me leaving the campus. I control the weather!
Wow, what a beautiful sunset.
Yeah, it's quite the view.
It does look pretty nice. Brilliant! The rain cleared right up. let's carry the equipment out while we still can. Yeah, they were building speakers
Out of scratch!
for their rock band. Like, what the heck? Like, a few years ago, technology like this didn't even exist, and Pablo has already learned how to build them?
Come on, let's get some practice in before the sun goes down.
You sure are motivated, Yuna.
Oh, bye, Instructor Reem.
Excuse us.
Good work today, you two.
Are you planning to go home after stopping by Reset?
Yeah, the rain cleared up and I'm just too excited about tomorrow.
But first they have to go to a cafe and eat sweets or some such. From the sound of it, they won't be back at the dorm for a while. I guess it's fine if I head out now, but maybe I'll go have a look around town.
Of course you will.
There just might be something important. Now that we have finished exploring the school, it's time to go and explore the school again.
Yeah, I see those icons on the minimap. Oh, here they come! Here they come! There's so many of them! There's no better time to hunt than right after the rain lets up! This is it! The prime time snail grill!
It's really good to have things you're enthusiastic about.
Snail grill!
I've never eaten snail. I wonder what they taste like.
Gross, I'd imagine.
I hear they're quite good. No, I went back up here hoping I could pet a cat, but you're not a cat.
Nor have I ever been confused for one. Shouldn't be long now. I'll be expecting a souvenir or two at the very least.
What are you talking about, Professor?
That's none of your business. You'll see soon enough. I don't need to tell you.
I guess it's going to be the next Schmidt-made archaism at Einhell Keep tomorrow, then.
This is so much work, it's almost comical. Oh well, I'll simply give him half of it once he arrives.
Him? So someone's coming? Must be George.
Are you still here?
No, sir. Aww! I am too weak to this. I suppose the only person that Celine will let pet her are Emma and Muse, because Muse is really good at petting cats.
It's so strange. A kitty who can talk. It's adorable.
But more importantly, she's beautiful. Her coat is so soft and shiny.
Hey, I never said you could pet me. Your eyes are glazing over in contentment and you're starting to drool.
So lovely.
Celine, before long, Muse will be cashing you up in some sort of evil plan of hers.
You know, Instructor Reem, if you pet me, I'll purr too.
Oh, God help me. Man, you sure have softened up.
Muse's soft yet deliberate strokes. Celine's sweet, delicate meows.
Tatiana?
I don't know why, but I can't take my eyes off them. It's poetic. That's what I'll call it.
Nothing heals the weary heart quite like petting a warm, fluffy cat.
I agree.
Perhaps I can convince Emma to let me keep her.
I disagree. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say probably not. But you could always get a cat yourself.
Damn it! One more time!
I'm surprised Wayne hasn't hurt himself playing pool.
Give me a minute.
Sure thing. I don't plan on losing, though. Oh, looks like they're playing billiards again. Reminds me of when Claire gave me some pointers when we played at the Phoenix Wings.
Oh, Instructor Reem.
Have you ever played pool?
I have, yes. I'm not very good at it.
I feel as though your overwhelming amount of force that you use would
Yes.
probably get in the way.
Yes, it does. It does.
I haven't played in a long time, but there was a period of time where I was okay. I have actually won a few games against people who were not really very good, but... Oh, you want to play too? Oh no, not right now anyway. But you seem like you're pretty good, Stark. I guess so. I used to play a lot back home. This one guy I knew is a master at billiards. He really taught me a lot. Oh, is that so? Yeah.
Huh?
If I remember correctly, Stark is from Jirai.
How's that relevant?
Doesn't it seem like he knows Crow?
I...
Crow is the master of leisure.
Huh!
And
I hadn't even thought about that.
and earlier he was talking about that transmission.
Hey, you're right!
I bet he does actually know him.
Interesting.
Huh.
It seems like Ash and Kurt were pretty good too. And for some reason, I get the feeling you are as well, Instructor. Adios, why do the good-looking ones have all the talent?
Oh, Wayne, are you just gonna call yourself ugly today? I think you might be jumping to a few conclusions here. Besides, Wayne, it's... the type of talent that you have requires you to fail spectacularly a lot.
Thanks.
No, dang it! That's not bad! It's like me. I start out literally terrible at everything I ever attempt. And keep getting better. I think Axe said this earlier too, but Wayne and Sydney might be more popular with the girls if they dial it back a bit. Sydney needs to dial back his ridiculous enthusiasm for flirting, and Wayne needs to dial his Wayness back.
I hate you all.
Oh, is Sydney going to teach Kurt how to shoot?
Listen, Kurt, you beat me in chess, but when it comes to sharpshooting, that's my turf.
Sharpshooting?
Sharpshooting, whatever.
He's determined to beat Kurt at something. It doesn't even matter if it's the thing that he's specialized in. He can't lose to Kurt in everything.
Right?
Yes, I'm well aware. I have no doubts that you will beat me at sharpshooting. Especially considering that you in fact did just beat me.
No, that's not what I'm getting at. I mean, sure I did better than you, but only barely. You beat me in so many other things. It's not fair. Let me have something.
I'm not sure how to respond to that. I don't think any less of you. I understand what that's like, especially because when I start doing things, I am always very bad at them.
I tend to come in with a relatively decent level of skill.
Yeah, you really do.
But I don't grow very much.
I mean, that has its own advantages and disadvantages. I mean,
No.
it's not like you can change your own nature in any case.
I think we've had this conversation before in relation to these two.
I feel as though it's important. You'd think he'd be happy he won.
I'm never happy.
Good grief, what does he want me to say? He says that, but it's clear he really cares for his friends.
Isn't there just one thing I could beat Kurt in?
But you already won! You did beat me!
Maybe my encyclopedic knowledge of swimming suit babes? Damn it, I can't brag about that.
Well, if you can beat him, doesn't that count?
On to a more serious note. It should be Jessica.
We didn't show it earlier, but literally all day she's been distracted and was thinking about something else. Yeah, I see.
Ooh, are we gonna duel her?
Maybe I better mess with my equipment first.
When utilizing a spear, it's important to have a good grip. You don't want the spear sliding out of your hand. I'm sorry.
I must be quicker. Strike truer. Man, I really like spears.
Me too.
Jessica? Wow, she's really concentrating. I think they're really versatile, and I can actually handle them more naturally than I can other things. Instructor Reen, I'm sorry to break your focus, but something about you seems kind of, how to put this, impatient. You see right through me, Instructor. Instructor Randy's been telling me the same thing. However, this is a problem I must deal with on my own. No. No, this is a good opportunity.
Excellent.
Is there anything else? Well, Jessica, would you like to spar with me? Our styles are obviously different, but I think it might be a good learning experience nonetheless. Of course! I've always been curious about the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade school. Great that it's settled.
All right.
I feel kind of bad. I mean, beating up Jessica is going to be kind of mean, isn't it? I guess compared to a lot of the other characters who have been like Jessica, she's pretty green.
Yeah.
Impressive. Your stance doesn't leave any openings. Likewise, Jessica, you're not wasting any movement. Now come on, there's no need to hold back. Give me everything you've got. Understood.
Now,
What
bring
the-
it on!
Whoa! Oh, what? Didn't we have something like this before, where we had to defeat Reen as a student?
Well, yeah, in Panzer Soldats, and then there was helping out Alan in Cold Steel 1.
And Wayne swimming. Wayne raced against Reen swimming.
Oh,
Oh God, this is awful.
I can't use items. I can't use orders. I can't use equipment.
I hope you have some good arts and crafts.
I've got to get him down to 30%? I can't heal.
This is so awesome.
Okay, at least I have Tyrell. And she has a weirdly gigantic amount of E EP.
I somehow suspect Shining is going to be the key.
I bet you're... And she has her own moves!
Yeah, this is awesome.
Magical? Well, it doesn't matter if it can unbalance, but it doesn't even do break.
I don't think the fight's gonna last long enough for that to be a problem.
She doesn't have an S-craft. Well, I guess she just can't do break damage. Looks like that 30% freeze she has is probably going to be the key. That or delay. Stat down. All right, Shining!
Yeah!
Dang it!
Oh,
All right, Earth Pulse.
Yeah!
Ah!
whew,
Gotcha!
ah,
And he
gotcha.
She just waved it at him. All right, eat this.
Gotcha!
Sit!
Gotcha!
Gotcha.
I'm gonna try it once to see it.
Ah!
Hey, got a defense down.
Crimson Slash!
Boy,
That's okay. With HP recovery, it's been okay.
please let me be lucky.
Ha!
Gotcha!
Ha!
Whew,
Gotcha!
gotcha. That is so derpy.
Owie!
Lame.
Come on, Lucky Freeze!
Gotcha!
Ah!
What else can I ask for?
Ah!
Good job. Crimson
Oh.
Slash!
Well, he's got strength down and defense down, and I have 2 more turns of Shining. Maybe I can just win.
Give it a shot.
Gotcha!
Sit!
Yes.
Gotcha!
AP obtained.
That was good.
Thanks, instructor.
Oh man, I wanted to keep fighting. Well, that was amusing and pretty interesting. But, you know.
Gotcha.
And that is the extent of my skill. Huh. I thought I had a good sense of how strong you were, but you just keep improving. And now that I've had the chance to see your techniques again, I truly understand that Shining is a really powerful art. I'm impressed by how refined each individual form of Schleiden School spearmanship is. It's an honor to hear you say that, but frankly, it's a compliment I don't feel I deserve.
Oh, it's like I'm looking at a younger female version of myself.
Yeah, that's a good point.
See?
Despite all my training, I'm still unable to progress beyond a beginner level. As I am now, my flailing does nothing but sully the Schleiden name. I remember, just like Billy said, saying the same thing about never progressing past beginner level. Called myself a dropout. Laura would not have any of that. Thus, if you truly did make light of yourself and your own abilities, that is an act of shame for which you owe yourself recompense. I still remember those words vividly. Maybe this sparring session was meant to be.
One blue-haired noble is just as good as another.
Thinking about it, there's also another blue-haired noble in Class 7 who's facing similar sorts of issues. I mean, he's intermediate level in terms of his swordsmanship, but
Right.
he hates himself.
Yeah.
Jessica, I get how you feel. The school has no shortage of capable fighters, like Kurt and Leonora, just to name two. That Kurt's already intermediate level. Honestly, I'm not surprised to hear that you're worried about falling behind. It's almost refreshing how blunt you are, instructor. But I'm afraid you don't quite understand how I feel. I'm not sure about that. When I first enrolled at Thor's, I was only at beginner level, just like you. Back then, Laura, the successor to the Arcade School, was intermediate level, and I felt exactly the way you feel now. Really? But even if I were to compare myself to you as a first year, I'd come up lacking. You don't have to compare yourself to me, or anyone else. Just let me say this. To sell yourself short just because you're a beginner is disrespectful to your martial art and to the people around you. And above all else, it's disrespectful to yourself. Instructor Reen, I say those words like they're my own, but I'm telling you what Laura told me.
Everyone starts at the beginning.
Like I was saying earlier about how I start out really bad at everything, it was mortifying for me when I was younger. But as time passed, I grew to understand how I operated and how it worked, and that really helped. Anymore, when I start learning something new, or trying something new, and heck, it even applies to video games, of course, when I see myself performing poorly at the beginning, it actually fills me with confidence. The point is, when I was a student, I found myself constantly questioning my skills, wondering if I was on the right path. As the instructor in charge of martial arts training, I can promise you that you are more than capable enough. There'll be times when you hit a wall in your training, but you're always going to find a way to break through it. Thank you for your kind words. I think I'm starting to feel a little better. Glad to hear it. I didn't perform as well as I would have liked, but under the terms of that battle, I did kick your butt. My mind feels clearer.
For the honor of Schleiden.
I will continue to train, bearing my family's name as a badge of pride. That's the spirit. Man, it'd be nice to be able to use her sometime.
Right?
I've always been hoping for like a shadow party member. You know, where you end up like finding someone who is not initially really played up to be anything, who just ends up actually being kind of an important character.
Yes, I do enjoy me some energy brand energy drinks. That's a can of Sprite, come on.
Oh my god.
This is the bestest boy.
Now, Cerberus is the goodest boy, it's true. What on earth does Jingo do to train him? Why is she running a black market? She needs to be a dog trainer. Are you cleaning? Wow! Is he worried my shoes are tracking in water? Sorry, I'll be more careful. Best dog trainer ever! Here's the orbital energy unit for your halberd. Hey, Red, didn't you used to have some big-ass rifle? Where'd that go? What was it called again? The beer soaker or something?
Yes, the beer soaker.
Where the hell did you get that name from? It's a berserker. It was a giant machine gun with a huge bayonet blade on it.
Oh, so it wasn't like Shirley's weapon?
It was a similar style, but it wasn't really the same thing. Yeah, that's the one, beer soaker. They told me I couldn't bring it here with me, so I had a friend of mine hold on to it for now. I wonder who that was. I mean, I don't think Lloyd's doing anything with it, but... And as for you, Reen, what are you doing skulking around back there?
Being impressed by Cerberus.
Oh, hell yeah, that's amazing, isn't it? You know what it is? It's that Jingo is using monster training methods on Cerberus.
Oh well, whatever works.
If you want to buy something, then grow some balls and speak up. Quit looking at my dog like you're gonna steal it. Sorry, I didn't know when would be a good time to jump in, and I was trying to clean up the mess that I made. It's like you're training customers, too. From the sound of it, you had a pretty amazing weapon, Randy. Yeah, I got it back when I was a Jaeger. Maintaining something that huge is a real pain in my ass, so I only used it when I was in a pinch. I can imagine. I wonder if Randy's gun was anything like Shirley's, is what he was gonna say. Hey, if you're just here to chit-chat, then clear the hell out. But if you're buying, then let's do some damn business already. Come on, buy something, will ya? Okay. I really wasn't intending to go here first, but...
Here we are.
I was gonna do some shopping, but things were too interesting. I think I need one of those myself. Hey, wait a minute, it's Ash!
Ah, damn, that's good stuff.
Ash, are you?
Don't get your panties in a twist. This ain't booze, it's Dr. Paper.
I saw the contents of that mug. It's beer colored, not cola colored.
According to the bottle, it's a malt-flavored soft drink, as in non-alcoholic.
You shouldn't try and scare me like that. Are you sure you're telling me the truth?
I'm sure I am. Hey, don't blame this on me. You jumped to conclusions on your own.
Barney, is he telling the truth?
I ain't here to cause trouble right now. I just do what I want.
All I ask is that you do what you want in moderation.
Yeah. Take a picture, it'll last longer. I've heard of people who can get drunk off the atmosphere alone. Lucky bastards. I ain't one of them, though. No need to worry about me getting drunk.
What a strange place to end the episode on. But end it we shall. Well, we'll have a nice relaxed pace, sort of catching up with all the students and what else is going on. And then move on to some presumably obscenely climactic stuff in Ortis. Maybe we'll even get to kick the prince's butt in Soldat training again.
Woo!
No, I'm sure that when the Soldat training comes up, it'll involve music.
That makes sense.
Because that kestrel in the hangar should be hers.
Yeah, I mean, it's green, so, you know, 'cause she's got the green hair, so it makes sense that her unit is green. That's all I got. I'm right, you know it. So quit giving me that look. Will you end the episode already?